I just wanted to explain the differences in these things and play a couple of things. There's a lot of notes on these pages. Right? This is just sort of the trainer way to look at it. They're not going to be like this forever. I just need to get you the concept, and it'll be fine. So the 12-bar blues loop, again, is this form that we're talking about. The form being 8 C's, 4 F's, 4 C's, 2 G's, 2 F's, 4 C's. That's a form. It adds up to 12. Adds up to 24, but I'll explain that later. So, really, the way that we have it is 1 equals 2. So that's part of the reason, like the way that this is written. We'll talk about it later, but trust me, 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 12. Just a dumb question. So this is happy-go-lucky. This is that riff that I showed you earlier, right? Yeah. So what you're going to do is learn to play that with the left hand changing. So in other words, it goes like this. If you count the left hand, it's going to add up to the number that I said, which is 8. And then you switch. The melody stays the same, but the left hand is changing. And that's a G for 2, F for 2, and then C for 4. And then you start over. Okay, so if you watch that a couple of times, it might take a couple of times watching it, but if you just focus on the left hand, you're going to realize that it's following that 12-bar form. 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, right? And I just put the riff on top of it, okay? Or the melody, rather. And then, so I want you to be able to do that, put it together, and then try to do that with the loop that I sent you. Just a normal 12-bar blues. That's where the pressure comes in of really getting the right note at the right time. When you're learning it, just take your time and work out the transitions, especially in the beginning. It's going to be awkward to be jumping around with your left hand, but that's going to be on autopilot pretty quickly, I think. So, yeah, work it out first, and then to test yourself, put on the loop and just see if you can keep up. And don't just do hands together. We're always taking things apart and putting them back together. So just do the left hand until that's comfortable. And then just do the right hand with the loop, I'm saying, until it's comfortable. And then try to put it together. So then that's one thing. The next thing are these chords over here. So the left hand doesn't change in any of the stuff we're doing right now. Left hand doesn't change. It follows the same pattern over and over. We're doing different things with our right hand over the top of it. So what we're going to do is play some chords. This is a C7. And the way I've got this, basically, is first inversion. So when you're playing C down here with your pinky, you're going to be playing C here with your pinky. And it's C, B flat, G, and E. And then if the next chord is F7. So F with your pinky, F with your pinky. F, E flat, C, and A. And then when you're playing G, looks a little bit different, but G, F, D, and B. Okay? So you're going to follow that same pattern that you just did, only now you're going to apply chords over the top of it. Also, you're only going to play the chord every 2 times that you play the left hand pattern. So it's going to go 1, 2, and then you play again. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we just did 8 times in our left hand. Now we're going to switch to F. 1, 2, 1, 2. So that was 4 Fs. So we're going to go back to C. 1, 2, 1, 2. That was 4 Cs. So we go to 2 Gs. 1, 2, and then 2 Fs. 1, 2. Back to C for 4. So. make sense? So we're just changing the right hand. And by doing that, you're going to learn to perceive the left hand in different ways also. Now, next, I'm just firing through this. We might save Chicken Shack. Why don't we save Chicken Shack for later? You can look at it, extra credit if you want to try to look at it. We'll figure it out. The blues solo. Now, this is a composed blues solo. Okay? You can read the notes. You can see how everything fits together. I'm going to play it for you and just see what you can do. I think you can figure it out. But again, the left hand follows the same form until this little last thing, the last line here is what we call a turnaround. So that's where the left hand is going to change a little bit. So that's when, if you want to practice this with the play along, play it with 12-bar blues, T-A. Turn around. It's my labeling system. Patent again soon. So it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Now we change. We change. Big finish. Turn around. And you start over. Okay? So blues, the fun thing about this blues stuff is it's puzzle pieces / choose your own adventure. So once you have this left hand down, you start putting different things over the top of it. This becomes autopilot, and you can learn a bunch of different melodies to play over the top of it, a bunch of different solos, a bunch of different licks, and then you're going to learn how to start to vary those licks a little bit, and then pretty soon you have a vocabulary to start with, and then that's how you start to learn how to improvise. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about more of these principles, but just see if you can get through that, golden.